So, two things. First, I did order a microphone, so it'll be on Monday. So, here we go. We're going to start off with prayer of Manasseh. Alright? Manasseh was one of the most wicked kings of Judah, and he was captured to Babylon as a punishment. And it wasn't just Manasseh. It was most of the Jude. They were sent to Babylon. And why is it not canon? It says Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob never sinned and didn't need to repent. To repent. God had called them. That doesn't mean they were perfect. That means they were God's chosen people, not because they're perfect. Second Maccabees. The Jewish leaders had led a revolt against their rulers in 175 to 134 BC in order to gain their independence. So why is it not canon? It never mentions God once. See, these Jewish leaders, so like the priests and the scribes and all those people, it never mentions God. So in the Bible, if these religious people don't mention God, it makes no sense. The book of Enoch. Several points to this. It uses vivid imagery of the final judgment. Heavy emphasis on angels and demons. God throws out two angels and they have children with women producing giants. Major events: the flood, the exodus of Israel out of Egypt, Israel falling to Babylon, I think it is, the destruction of Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, saints resurrecting, and Jesus. It condemns sinners and blesses the righteous. It explains the workings of stars and their pathways. Jude quotes this book. It's Jude 1, 14 and 15. I'm not going to read that because, I don't know, just because. And so why is it not canon? It replaces Lucifer with Gadriel. Angel Lucifer, that is Satan, is replaced with Gadriel. Never heard of Gadriel. And much of it is false and historically inaccurate. And so, inaccurate, then it's not going to be in the Bible, because everything in the Bible is accurate and true. The Bible is perfect. Inaccuracy and falseness is not perfect. Full of Philip. So why is it not canon? Let's dive into that. It's a collection of sayings Jesus supposedly said. So marriage is a sacred mystery. Marriage is not a mystery. I've never been married, but I know it's not a mystery. Philip is the only disciple named. Read the 4 Gospels. Most or all of the disciples are named. The Gospel of Philip, only Philip is named. Completely different message of who Jesus is and what he came to do. So Jesus came to save sinners. He says he's the Son of God. I don't know what the Gospel of Philip says, but it doesn't say that. It was written nearly 200 years after Jesus. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Mr. who wrote the Gospel of Philip. We have the Gospel of Mary. It was not written by Mary. And why is it not in canon? There are 10 pages missing that we know of. And there's no validity to his teachings. The teachings are not true. Book of Jubilees. Big thing right here. It's extension to Genesis. Great stress on the Sabbath. Can't work on the Sabbath, can't do anything on the Sabbath. It names all of Adam and Eve's daughters and the creation of angels on the first day of creation. So why is it not canon? It's not a complete book. We have only 3% of it. God told Moses to write down the creation story. Write the first 5 books, but we think anyways. Moses didn't know what to write. God gave him what to write. For exactly 6 years. Nowhere in the Bible is it found how long they were there. I think they're there for at least 50, 60 years. God said a year is 364 days. God said that. There's no... What was common that the Bible used was the lunar year. It may have been like 360 days. I don't know rightly. Someone else does, I guarantee that. But days are 364 years. The years are 364 days. It says all the celebrations were practiced before Moses was born. God gave Moses the law. The law contained the celebrations and the feasts and all that stuff. Not before. Wrath on all uncircumcised Israelites. Okay, so yes, they're supposed to be circumcised, but like there's not great wrath. The God's not furious at you if you're uncircumcised. It changes biblical records several times. I don't know what these are, but if it changes what's already in the Bible, it's not true. It says if anyone eats blood, they lose everything. That's not what was in the law. To a Gentile, the father is stoned and the woman is burned. That's not... So, one, the woman didn't have a say in it, so why would she be burned? This book is just terrible. The Israelites are required to put wreaths on their heads and walk around the altar 7 times each morning. Probably for purification for the day. I don't know. That's stupid to me. And it declares a specific type of wood can be burned on the altar. Like, okay, so there are good woods. There are woods that burn hotter. There are woods that burn longer. But, like, wood is wood. Wood is wood. Note here for the last thing. Adam and Eve had kids before the fall. I firmly believe that. Because there were cities when Adam and Eve had kids before the fall. And Cain and Abel were the firstborn after the fall. My personal opinion on that. That's open to a bunch of speculation. Believe what you want to believe.